Good day, my name is Clea Caril Atienza and I'm here to discuss about the relationship between mathematics and culture and its applications in real life. So let's get into it. Mathematics. Have you ever wondered how mathematics is always there? Like how it always surrounds us, how it's always in our actions, decisions, words. But is there still anything out there that has also a connection with mathematics? Maybe culture? Math plus culture? Yes, it is possible. That's why I'm here to share to you how there is a presence of mathematics in culture and vice versa. So this would be the title of our video, The Beauty of Mathematics Behind Culture, Ethnomathematics. These are the overall points or topics that will be discussed in this video. First is the culture, second is mathematics, third is ethnomathematics, fourth is ethnic designs and concepts, and the last one is the applications. So what are we waiting for? Let's start. Culture. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, the style of life, particularly the common practices and beliefs of a specific population at a specific moment. One example is saying po and opo when talking to the older ones as a sign of respect. Another definition found in the dictionary is that it contains a certain group of people's attitudes, behaviors, ideas, etc. inside society. One example is Batangueños being known for their strong personality and bravery. In short, culture is learned and shared human patterns or models for living or everyday living patterns. These patterns and models permeate all facets of human social interaction. Next is mathematics. According to Tennessee Tech University, the science and study of quality, structure, space, and change. By rigorous deduction from carefully selected axioms and definitions, mathematicians look for patterns, develop novel hypotheses, and prove the veracity of their findings. In today's world, mathematics is a vital tool in many disciplines including natural science, engineering, medicine, and the social sciences. Hence, in this video, I would share the beautiful connection between culture and math in the form of ethnomathematics. Ethnomathematics was developed in the 1970s, and at that time it gave mathematics education a fresh viewpoint by relating it to the global forces of culture, politics, society, and economics. It is also a study of mathematical concepts that are present in all cultures, which is a term that was first used by D'Ambrosio. According to Rosa and Ori, it was defined in the manner which ethno refers to individuals who belong to a group within a cultural setting and are recognized by their cultural traditions, codes, symbols, myths, and particular modes of inference and reasoning. Next is mathema, means in order to transcend, manage, and cope with reality and ensure that members of cultural communities can survive and flourish. While tics refer to techniques such as counting, ordering, sorting, measuring, weighing, ciphering, classifying, inferring, and modeling. Both traditional and non-traditional societies use mathematics in cultural activities. It acknowledges all cultures and refers to mathematical principles entrenched in cultural activities. Additionally, it acknowledges that the collective techniques of these cultures are undergoing a continuous, dynamic, and natural process of change and progress. It stated that the study of how members of various cultural groups create explanations and understandings of their surroundings. Hence, this leads to the incorporation of mathematics in culture, specifically in ethnic designs. Traditional patterns or designs that draw inspiration from historical designs that date back hundreds of years and were created during the times of European colonialism. First concept is isometries. It was also known as radial transformations, which are used to distinguish between transformations that involve moving a geometric object from one location to another while maintaining a certain distance between them. What are the different types of plane isometries? First is translation. Every point in the plane is moved by a fixed amount and fixed direction in a translation in the plane. Rotation. A rotation involves an isometry that rotates all other points at an angle to the fixed point while maintaining the fixed point. Next is reflection. An object is moved into a new position by a reflection in the plane that is a mirror image of the prior position. The axis of reflection or mirror is a line drawn. Lastly, glide reflection. A translation is followed by a reflection is a glide reflection. The direction of the translation must be parallel to the axis of reflection. Next concept is about symmetric patterns. If the plane's isometry retains it, a plane pattern is said to be symmetrical. These are the types of symmetric patterns. First is rosette patterns, a finite group of isometry with a significant amount of rotational and reflective symmetry. It has two types, cyclic and dihedral. Second, frieze patterns. A frieze pattern is a name for an infinite strip with a repeating pattern. Decorative carvings or patterns that extend horizontally just below a roofline or ceiling are referred to as friezes in architecture. Wallpaper patterns. A plain figure with many translational symmetry directions is referred to as a wallpaper pattern. The design is compelled to fill the entire infinite plane due to the many translation directions. So now, we will be talking about the applications of mathematics in culture. Weaving. In the archipelago of the Philippines, weaving is more than just a practical activity. It is also an artistic endeavor and a physical manifestation of culture. Various ethno-linguistic groups use a range of designs, styles, and techniques to create textiles that are uniquely their own. It is a craft that is done alongside carpentry, carving, boat building, basketry, pottery, and mat weaving. First up is Ifugao. The Ifugao people have an indigenous religion that is distinctive to their ancient culture and is crucial to maintaining their way of life and priceless customs. In order to preserve their way of life and treasured customs, the Ifugao people practice an indigenous religion that is unique to their ancient civilization. Tiniktiku. The Munkontad or messenger gods of the Ifugao tribe are symbolized by the Tiniktiku. The tribe used to decorate their inladang blankets or gamit skirts with these designs. As it can be seen from the cloth, it was made of frieze pattern since it follows the criteria of having strip-like imprinted design with a repeating motif. Second one is the Maranaos. The Maranaos are well recognized for their intricate weaving, woodworking, and metalworking. Maranao textiles are renowned for their elaborate patterns and vibrant hues that express the wearer's status. A very functional piece of clothing, the tube skirt or malang has many uses. The silk malang. The Maranaos and Maguindanao's malang can be constructed of cotton for daily wear or silk for formal occasions. Its design produced a planar pattern which is termed as wallpaper pattern because it has a repeating motif with the application of translation in more than one direction. Antique. The women in Antique are quite active. These hands stand and line, thread and weave straws and twines into elaborate handicrafts and fabrics over the course of hours. Patadyong in Antique. The Bugasongans refer to form of textile known as patadyong that is manufactured from cotton, abaca, and even polyester. One of the design's patterns used the rosette pattern as it contains rotation and reflections which can be identified as a dihedral rosette pattern because of the ability to draw a line of reflection on it, resulting in a reflection symmetry. So these are all the ethnic textiles that I found. After doing some in-depth research again, I found out that ethnomathematics can be a program in our education, and of course, as a student, I would be really curious about it. So how do we apply the integration of culture and mathematics in our education system? It has always been difficult to make abstract mathematical concepts seem real and accessible to math students. Certainly, this applies to the indigenous people, most especially that they have limited access and knowledge on how to manipulate such things. According to Laneta, a subject that is currently being included in the Indigenous Peoples Education program of the Philippine government, wherein it studies the interaction of mathematics and culture. In the latter half of the 1980s, the study of ethnomathematics first emerged. Around 10 years prior, global efforts to teach fundamental skills to people of different cultural backgrounds started to gain momentum. Pamanaka. In comparison to the others, Pamanaka stood out for offering its students a culturally appropriate education. In the island of Mindoro, there is a school called Pamanaka for Indigenous Mangyan children. It stands for Paaralang Mangyan na angkop sa kulturang aalagaan. According to Alangi et al., teachers of mathematics in Pamanaka put a lot of work towards establishing lessons that are appropriate for their students' cultures. All of their courses are developed through a process that includes researching customs and beliefs, speaking with elders and getting their approval, and immersing themselves in community life. If I could sum up the whole video in one sentence, it would be every culture has mathematics, since mathematics have contributed to the formation of culture in the Philippines. It proves that mathematics is a universal language that helps preserve our culture and tradition. Moreover, it also creates an identity to oneself as per the influence of the environment and culture. Therefore, having the presence of each other makes an extraordinary combination that created a change in our society. These are the references that I used for basis in discussing my topic.